So I've always wondered, what is it that sets the top students apart from everyone else? Is it genetics? Are they geniuses? Is it some kind of secret hack that they found? And I read this book called Deep Work by Cal Newport. And basically what Cal Newport did in this book is he talked to 50 of the highest students in America, highest performing students in America, not like highest. And what he found is these are the students with like the highest GPAs. GPA, I don't know what that even means, but highest GPA students, highest grade students. And what he found was very interesting among these top students. These students had something that the students below them and levels below them didn't have. These students were actually studying less than the students below them. And I know this is mind-blowing to me because the majority of students, if they want to get better grades, they want to be more productive, what do? They get a blanket, they get a 6-pack of Red Bulls, they sit in the corner of a library for 12 hours, and they study, they work on their essays, they do their assignments. They put in more time. You go to a library in university, and you see students camping in there all day long. So students, they spend all day studying, you probably spend all day studying, but they don't get the results they want. And what I realized from this book is the top students found that actually studying less is more effective. Now I know you're probably thinking like, bro, I'm already lazy as hell. I don't do any study, I barely spend time studying. I'm not getting good grades. For sure, spending less time is not the secret to getting better grades. Let me explain to you with this formula, one of the most important formulas in productivity. I'll put it up here. High quality work produced equals time spent multiplied by intensity of focus. So what does this mean? This means to get better grades, there are two ways. Way number one is to study more, spend more time studying. This is how most students approach it. And way two is to improve your intensity of focus. And this is what the top students have found, that the secret key to getting amazing grades is to improve your focus. Now, here's the problem. Because of modern technologies, because of TikTok, because of the modern day, 99% of students, probably you as well, have terrible attention spans, terrible focus. So it doesn't matter how much time they spend, studying, their focus is so bad that their high quality work produced, their grades are not going to improve that much. So actually the thing constraining you, the thing holding you back is not time, it's actually focus. So bro, if you want to do what you would normally do in 4 hours in 1 hour, the secret is to improve your focus. So in this video, this is what I want to teach you. Now you might think, oh bro, my attention span sucks. I can't even focus, good luck, it's hopeless. Well, what I want to explain to you in this video is not only is it possible for every single person to improve their focus, but it's actually easy. With just a couple hacks and a couple mindsets, you can start improving your focus today. Like bro, in high school, in university, I got straight A's. Not to flex, but IB, IGCSE, engineering degree, I graduated all of them with A's, straight A's. And I barely studied more than 2 hours a day. So I knew this to be true. If you want more free time, you want to study less, the secret is to improve your focus. So if you don't know me, I'm Penrose. I help students become more productive. So subscribe if you haven't. And by the way, I have a free Discord server where you can meet like-minded people. You can come talk to me. So check out link in description, join the Discord server. So the goal is to study so intensely that your eyes don't even leave the screen. You are just 100% locked into place on what you are doing. And when you do this, you will achieve something called a flow state. So a flow state is where you are 100% involved in the work. There are no thoughts in your mind. You are just focused. It's just you and that work. And here's actually something crazy about flow state. What psychology proved is that flow state is when we are happiest because we don't have any negative thoughts. We are just 100% in the zone. Flow state, I like to think of it as like a tennis player. When a tennis player, a professional tennis player, or any tennis player is in a competition, they're not thinking, are they? They're not thinking like, okay, I'm going to hit this ball, top spin, 45 degrees, 30 miles an hour. They're not thinking. They're just 100% in the zone. Them and their racket are one. This is the goal of improving your focus. You want to achieve this flow state, and I'm going to teach you how. So to get into flow state, you need two things. You need to concentrate your vision. You need to lock your vision into place, and you need to concentrate your mind. Because it's one thing to be able to look at your work and work on it. But if your mind is chattering away, you're daydreaming, you're distracted, you're not going to be able to focus. So in that video, I'm going to teach you how to do these two things. So first of all, the first thing to understand is how to concentrate your vision. Now, it's going to seem obvious, it's going to seem like common sense, like, yeah, bro, like, of course, look at your work. You know, I mean, probably make some of these mistakes that are taking your vision away. I'm going to explain them. So vision and focus are very much connected. What you focus on is what you are concentrating on. If you ask someone to do a very difficult math problem, for example, like 47 times 12, their pupils are going to dilate because they're focusing. Even though they're not looking at anything, their vision is actually going to change. So the first thing to realize is if there is stuff going on in your peripheral vision when you're studying, you know, you're trying to write an essay in the library and there's people walking in front of you, there's a movie playing in the background or something, part of your attention is going to be focused on that stuff and it's actually going to take you away from the work. Even if you don't consciously realize it, you are going to be like in the background looking at those people, you know, focusing on the screen. Now don't get me wrong, you can still focus in these states, but it's much harder and the focus isn't going to be as intense. I realized this yesterday because yesterday I was sitting in the library and there was a guy next to me who was like very distractingly typing. And I found it very difficult to get into flow state because he was there. So I ended up moving somewhere else to be like in a corner. I know it seems like, you know, what's called like very like picky, but trust me, this is very, very important. Ideally, you want to study in complete isolation away from people, locked away in your room. Now, if your room is too distracting, you can go to a library or something, but ideally find somewhere where there's no people in front of you. If you can't do that, if that's not possible, okay, that's fine, not the end of the world, but ideally have nothing going on in front of you, no distractions surrounding you, just you and your work. And one bonus tip on this, by the way, if you want to lock your vision in even more, you can use a cap, put on a cap and it'll lock your vision, or like your hoodie. This will lock your vision into place. So, okay, the second thing about locking in your vision is your phone. Distractions. Now, you're going to think this is obvious, like, of course, bro, don't use your phone when you're studying. And that's 100% true. Lock your phone away, put your phone away in your bag when you're studying. But you probably don't know why. This is actually much more detrimental than you think. So they did a study where they took a bunch of participants and they had them focus on a task. And then they had them immediately focus on another task. I won't go too much into the details of this study, but basically what they found is very, very interesting. So basically, if you're studying, you're writing your essay, and you check your notifications, you check your phone, you Alt-tab and look at a different tab, you probably think you're only distracted for like 30 seconds, right? You're just looking at your phone and then you're coming back to your work. But what they found in this study was very, very interesting. They found out that there's something called attention residue. Basically, when you're fully focused flow state in a task, and you switch your attention onto something else, for example, your notifications, and then you come back, your attention actually takes about 20 minutes to go back into that flow state, that full focus mode. So if you're writing an essay and you check your phone for an innocent 30 seconds, it's actually taking more like 20 minutes of attention away from you. So it's essential that you turn off your notifications, you put away all distractions that could possibly distract you. But if you have some distractions, talking to your friends, bro, if your friend's there and you have a quick conversation with a friend for 30 seconds, it's going to pull your attention away for 20 minutes. That's why work in isolation. Like I said earlier, work in isolation, one, because they're distracting, and two, because they're going to be in your vision, you know what I mean? So with your phone, put it away in your bag, have nothing to distract you because that will take 20 minutes off your time. Okay, so that's the first thing, concentrate your vision. And now how do you concentrate your mind? Because you might be thinking, okay, bro, no problem. I can sit in the corner, phone away, distractions away, and look at my essay, look at my study, but I still can't focus, you know, because I start daydreaming or my brain starts telling me to go do my laundry. You know, when you're trying to study, everything in the world seems more attractive than studying, right? So the second thing to do is to concentrate your mind. You have to realize that your mind is trying to take you away from your study, trying to take you away from flow state. So how exactly do you do this? So what I'm going to tell you is super, super important. What you need to realize is that your ability to focus is like a muscle. So what do I mean by that? It literally is like a muscle because when you focus, you're firing certain neurons in your brain, and like a muscle, it can grow. Like a muscle, you can improve your focus you can make it stronger, you can make it weaker. So if you never focus for long periods of time, your focus muscle is weak. So what does this mean? This is very, very interesting because what this means is you can improve your focus. So let me give you an example. Say, for example, you want to improve your ab muscles, your core muscles. What do? Let's say you do an exercise like the plank where you try to balance yourself. How do you make your core muscles stronger? Well, you plank until your core muscles start to hurt. And when your core muscles start to hurt, that's the feeling of your muscles growing, your muscles getting stronger. You push through that pain, and next time you'll be able to plank for longer. Well, it's exactly the same with focus, because when you sit down to do your essay, for example, it's going to be painful because your brain's going to be telling you to do everything else except for study. And since I said focus is like a muscle, this pain of sitting down and trying to focus is like that muscle pain in your abs. So if you push through that pain of your brain trying to daydream, your brain trying to pull you away, and you just bring your attention back to your work, you just stay focused on your studies and you push through that pain, your focus muscle will grow, and next time it'll be easier to get into a flow state to focus for long periods of time. So how do we experience this pain? What is this pain exactly? Well, it's boredom. So when we sit down and we try to work, we get bored. Whenever we're bored, that's our brain trying to pull our attention away. So what you need to realize is boredom is like muscle pain. It's a good thing, because if you push through that pain, if you push through that muscle pain, if you push through that boredom, you will come out the other side stronger. Your focus will be stronger. So whenever you get bored trying to study, you should be happy. You should see this as a good thing because it's your brain getting stronger. It's your focus muscles improving. So push through that pain. After a while, after 20 minutes, 15 minutes, your thoughts will go away. You'll be fully focused in your work. The pain will go away and you will be in your 100% happiest mode, like I said earlier. So in a second, I'll give you a huge bonus tip to instantly boost your focus. But first, I want to tell you the exact actionable steps, how to start improving your focus today, how to start getting better grades. So like I said, focus is a muscle. And like your muscles, you need to train them. How do you treat your muscles? How do you treat your workouts? You schedule them, right? So for example, like Monday legs, Tuesday arms, whatever, Friday neck or whatever. And you say like, okay, 12 p.m., I'm going to work out 12 p.m. You need to do exactly the same with your focus. You need to schedule it. So let's say, for example, every day you wake up and you're going to focus for 2 hours at 9 a.m. Or maybe you've got a free period on Wednesday between 1 and 2. Maybe you're going to focus for an hour then. So you schedule in your focus periods, ideally like 1 to 3 a day for about an hour long each, 1 to 2 hours, 30 minutes if you really suck. And you make it your goal in those blocked out periods to focus as intensely as possible. Treat it like a workout. You are going to push through that pain of distraction, of boredom, and you are going to focus. You are going to improve your focus muscles. You are going to get more efficient. Back to that productivity formula, you're going to improve your intensity of focus and therefore improve your grades. So ideally do this every single day or multiple times a week. Have blocked out periods where it's your goal to focus like a cheetah, to sit down and focus as intensely as possible. It's going to be hard if you've never done this before. It's going to be painful, but the more you do it, the easier it'll become. And you'll get to the point where you can get a ton of work done in these short periods of intense focus. Now, if that's not enough for you to do all your work, then okay, fair enough. After those intense periods, do some like normal periods that you normally do, but prioritize these super intense bursts of work. And over time, you'll find that you'll be able to do less and less and less studying. So like I said, okay, here's a bonus hack that will make you be able to focus much better. So like I said, focus is like a muscle, and like your muscles, you need to warm up. It's going to take you a bit of time for you to get into the zone, to get into the flow state, to get into your maximum focus. Here's a tip to warm up your focus muscles. What you want to do is you want to pick a point on the wall, pick a point somewhere, and for about 30 to 90 seconds, focus on that point as intensely as possible. Put all your concentration onto that point, really focus on it. Have no thoughts. If you have thoughts, pull yourself away from those thoughts and just focus on that one point for about 30 to 90 seconds and then begin your work. You will find yourself much more focused. Like before I recorded this video, I stared right here at the camera for 60 seconds and then I just began recording and I was much more in the zone, much more focused. So go focus. See you later.